Okay, so this problem is McTofu versus Mooseburger. It's a very old classic from the BVD textbook. And basically, you've got two restaurants, Mooseburgers and McTofu. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into the student folder and you're going to find the Mooseburgers versus McTofu TNS file. And you're going to put that on your Nspire and you're going to go ahead and you're going to upload it. And when you do, what you're going to do is you're going to run the 5-number summary. And after you've run the 5-number summary, you're going to create parallel box plots. And then you're going to go ahead and sketch those parallel box plots. Pause the video and do all that, and then come back and we'll have a look. If you've already done all this and you're just looking at this for the answer, just keep going here. Okay, so once I have this down, this is what's going to pull up when you run this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Control plus page, and I'm going to add a data and statistics page. So here I'm going to put McTofu, and then I'm going to use a right-click mechanism, and I want to add an X variable. Okay, and that's going to be the Mooseburger. So now I've got the Mooseburger and the McTofu as dot plots, and what I want is a plot type. I want this to be a box plot. And you notice, I'm going to move myself down here so you have to look at my devilishly handsome face right in the middle of your screen. So what you have here is a point which represents obviously an outlier, okay? Now, often when we are comparing distributions, many people will forget about this outlier. So if you want, just do an extension of the whiskers, and that will tell you like what that looks like. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to come up with a 5-number summary. So I'm going to add a calculator page, and I'm going to hit Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculations. I'm going to do a 1-variable statistics. I'm going to do it for both two lists. My list 1 is McTofu. My list 2 is Mooseburgers. Hit OK, and now 1 was McTofu, 2 was Mooseburgers, and I can see the median, the 5-number summary here. You can see the median for Mooseburgers is higher than the median for McTofu, and given that McTofu is highly skewed to the higher numbers, it's probably appropriate to use the median to do comparisons. But you can write those 5-number summaries down. You can see that that max in McTofu, that 360, is having a big impact on the mean by comparison, which is why the mean is greater. And then you get an idea of what you can do from there. Now, going back to the problem, if I could then create those parallel box plots. Now, again, I've created parallel box plots here. If I show the outlier, that's fine. Just remember, this still is skewed to the higher numbers. This looks symmetric, and you're going to want to say it's symmetric. They're both symmetric if you're doing a comparative analysis. They're not. This is skewed to the higher numbers. Don't forget, okay? It's really important. Okay, that happens a lot. People just say, "Oh, that's symmetric. That's symmetric. They're nice. They're the same shape." No, they're not. This is skewed to the higher numbers. Okay. Okay. Point made. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Now, I'm going back to the document, and now I've compared this. Okay, and if I go back to the screen here, if you're going to write a few sentences comparing the distributions, remember center, unusual features, shape, spread, and use a context. Okay, make sure you're using context. Now, which pays the higher average salary? I think we saw McTofu. Why might that salary be misleading? Well, because you have that huge $360 outlier, which is pulling the mean for the McTofu average salary, pulling that mean higher. It's pulling the mean higher. So you have a average that appears to be higher. It actually is higher than Mooseburgers. But at the end of the day, the answer the question, which restaurant would you rather work, and justify statistically your reasoning. If you just say, well, I'd rather work at McTofu than because the average is higher, yeah, I suppose it's justified if you're just looking at it in a vacuum. But you're not. You're looking at the entire data set. And because you're looking at the entire data set, you are under an obligation to use the 5-number summary as part of your data analysis. Why? Because what was the shape? Keep going back to this. What was the shape of this distribution? And skewed to the higher numbers. Okay. So I'm going to show if I could, I'm going to show the key to this. And if you want, pause the video and you can read through it. Pause the video if you want and read through it. Okay, and that's it. And hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.